Fuck, I need a drink.
It's the worst, right? It's the worst when we like about to record and it's like, damn, my mouth dried in the motherfucker. That's why I got this. Half gallon.
Yeah, man, I hear you. I hear you every episode. I used to hear you a lot last year. I was like, damn, man, that shit sounds like the greatest gulp of water every time.
High quality H2O. High quality H2O.
H2O.
I love high quality. I think I need to turn my mic down just a tad bit. All right. Man, welcome. Bam.
Welcome
to another installment of
another edition.
The Saturday Showdown. The Saturday Showdown.
Yeah, we got to get some sound effects.
I talked to somebody today about getting us some music. Possibly a track for us to open up. So
yeah, we need to be able to buy his beat so we don't get copyrighted on YouTube.
For sure. We need to be able to
putting music in my videos, but I'd be scared that they'll get muted. You remember how Facebook people used to like put songs on videos on Facebook, and then they would just like get muted, and then anything that they said you couldn't hear them because YouTube was like, "Yeah, y'all do not own the rights to that song."
YouTube was like,
"Is this yours?" You could like rent a song. Yeah, couldn't even like if you could rent a song. Like, yo, give me like a song. I'll pay like $100 a premium, and then I can use it for a video or a recording or a skit. That'd be great.
It would be, but instead YouTube was like, "Nah, that's not yours. Gonna have to take that from you, my guy. Gonna have to take that video down. Copyright infringement." We're not going to hit with any copyright infringement. We're not going to get hit with any of that because you know what we're going to continue to do?
YouTube.
Churn out authentic content.
Yeah. And original content as well. Original.
The originals.
Original.
If
I might add.
Ain't nothing better than original, baby. Ain't nothing better than the original.
Right from the mouth.
The mouth. Original with our own style. We're talking the American Athletic Conference today, the AAC. Few new members coming from that conference. They had a few leave out. Cincinnati, Houston, UCF have moved on to greener pastures. They are now in
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, they
I was
decided
looking for
Houston. Gonna take their shit and get up out of there.
I was like, where the fuck's Houston at? I roll up on them, and then it's like Big 12. I was like, damn.
Making big
moves.
What a leap. I got some thoughts on those teams.
Yeah, big moves. It might be some growing pains.
For sure.
Those type of moves. But
I got some thoughts on those teams when we get to the Big 12 as far as like future recruitment. I feel like, Houston and UCF are going to benefit greatly from this move with their recruitment, but that's for another pod.
Oh, UCF for sure.
For sure. So Central Florida, come on. In comes Charlotte, FAU, North Texas, UAB, Rice,
I like it.
UTSA, all joining the American Athletic Conference to bolster this conference and just make it huge. We're not. It is what it is. Doing podcast research for this one was kind of extensive, but it was worth it. A lot of interesting nuggets in this conference. A lot of things like that. It's a lot of middle of the pack in this conference, and then at the top, it's like these three teams I'm looking at.
It's
a lot of mid.
Slim,
it's a lot of mid grade. It's a lot of mid grade.
Well, it's totally a mid grade conference, and then you're bringing teams in from even a lower conference than this
to make a jump.
Boost this back up because the same thing like the Pac-12, like they're the Pac. Dude, I saw that they're like the Pac-4 right now. Is that possible?
The Pac-4.
Is that accurate to say? Like, I think there's only like 3 or 4 teams left in the Pac-12 right now.
The Pac 3.5. The Pac 3.5. The Pac 3.5.
Yeah, literally. I'm like, oh fuck! Are they about to cease to exist? Or
the Pac 3.5. The Pack 3-5. Just call them that. Let's go till we figure out what they're doing in a Pack 3-5.
Yikes.
When we look at the American Conference, we're going to discuss TARP again. Once again, I'll give y'all that breakdown one more time. It's not mine. It comes from the Action Network. It's how they quantify transfer portal and returning production. Offense makes up 33% of the passing yards, 33% of the receiving, 7% of the rushing production, and O-line snaps make up the other 27% of TARP. On defense,
that's a new statistic coming from us too.
Yeah, something we just use this year because
we didn't really talk. Yeah,
it's a really good tool to use for like
division,
conference previews and just the outlook of these teams. And when you do the research on these teams, it kind of matches up. Passes defended make up 33%, pressures make up 10%, and stops make up 17%. When you look at this conference, at the top, you got the returning conference champions, Tulane, the smallest conference price at plus 210. Followed by, you got, let me see, I got it written down, SMU and then UTSA.
It should be the Road Runners up there.
Those are the top three teams in the conference.
They should definitely.
SMU is plus 330 and UTSA is plus 400. Interesting for UTSA because they are new to the conference, making a jump up and stepping up, but they return a lot. We'll get into that. Matter of fact, let's just jump right into it. Let's not waste any time. We're already 7 minutes in. So we're going to start off with Tulane. Obviously, big win last year, big Rose Bowl win over USC. And guess who called that win? Listen, I should clip it. I should clip it right here. I should clip it. Not only did we call Tulane having such a big season last year, we called them to win their conference. We called them to beat and upset USC. So if you're new to this podcast, because, we went digital, Bobby Digital, we went out Bobby Digital with it. Just remember, we called that. So that's and it's factual. We can't hide that because it's from last year on wherever you get your podcast. You could pull the audio. We called that. So what we calling this year, I'm not calling Tulane a repeat champion, but as far as TARP goes, they're positive in the two. They got one on defense, one on offense. Willie French, the longtime coach, we know he's back. 9.5 is the win total. Plus 110 for the over, minus 134 for the under. Michael Pratt returns.
I got the under on the wins.
You
said 11? You said 11?
It's 9.5. It's
9.5.
They were 12-2 last year, 7-1. They returned 70% of their line starts. Michael Pratt returns for his four-year starter. Over 3,000 yards last year, 27 touchdowns.
Now, Michael Pratt, he's a dog.
He's a dog. Add in what he does with his legs, super tough. If you watch the USC game, it wasn't just to Tajay Spears, who they lost to the NFL. Michael Pratt makes some throws. He makes some plays, especially on that last drive.
This guy's the guy that almost beat Spencer Rattler when they played Oklahoma, right?
Mm-hmm.
When what was the hurricane where it was supposed to be at Tulane, and then they had to have a home game at Oklahoma, which was bullshit.
Complete bullshit.
Yeah, they this guy had him in the game the whole time, and that was one of the bigger
I think they would have won that game if it was at Tulane.
They should have won the game. They should have won the game. Even at Oklahoma, they should have fucking won the game. That was the downfall of Spencer Rattler.
Was it ever? Was it ever a fall? There was just hype. There was always just hype.
Big
I
hype.
don't know about the fall.
I can't say much about the fucking guy because he beat us, but
it's a new year.
That was the downfall. Oh yeah, it's definitely a new year.
It's a whole new ball game.
Yeah, that's gonna be a couple episodes. We'll get into that.
I can't wait. It'll probably be the next big conference we do. We'll keep knocking out a couple of these little smaller, lesser known conferences, and before we jump back.
Hell yeah! Save the best for last.
For sure.
Best for last.
We got some good ones coming up. Tajay Spears moving along to the NFL. The all conference running back, drafted by the Titans in the third round. 19 touchdowns, over 1,500 yards. So it's going to be hard to replace that production.
Y'all drafted him?
Yeah, we drafted him.
Nice. Hey, man, real quick, did you see y'all's stadium?
Yeah, it kind of looks like a fucking PlayStation 1. Kind of like a fucking PlayStation 1.
It looks beautiful on the outside. The inside kind of looks like it's like the basic layout of every brand new stadium.
Yeah, like we want a place for people to just sit and not watch the game and drink and these restaurants.
No, literally like that. Y'all have like way more. Yeah, y'all have way more extracurriculars.
It's like you come into the game or you go into the mall. Is this like a mall with a side of a football game?
Literally.
Is that what we do these days? Mall with the side of a football game?
Yeah, literally. Yeah, beautiful stadium. It's gonna be nice. Hey, yo, we should check out a game when they bring that thing back up. Are they about to destroy the old one?
Nissan Stadium? Probably the end of the that stadium is open for another 2 to 3 years, so
interesting.
Going to be stuck there for quite some time. We'll see. Obviously new stadium, dope, enclosed. Ain't got to deal with the elements too much.
Enclosed, looks beautiful.
That's kind of what your retractable roof. That's kind of what you want.
Come on, David Tepper, get your fucking head out of your ass, dude. That dude promises 3 things, dude, and he's come through on 2, man. The last one is to either put a roof over the stadium in Carolina. I don't know if you've been to a Panthers game, but I swear it's possible.
I'm not really a fan.
It's a basic stadium. It's nice. It ain't Super Bowl stadium, but it's nice. So I'm like, David Tepper, build us a Super Bowl stadium so we can host the fucking Super Bowl.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, extra money.
Dude, we're not even a major city in terms of NFL. What is it called? Like standards to host a Super Bowl? Like you got to have like a certain amount of like criteria, like in terms of people.
Charlotte's a pretty dope.
It's a big city.
You would think
it ain't Atlanta, but it's a good sized city. I mean, it should get a Super Bowl. I was shocked that we're not even on the map for even future potentials. I saw this map. I'll send that to you. Y'all will definitely be on it now.
Oh yeah.
Once y'all get that new
fuck hosting, I want to play in one. Damn hosting, I want to play in one.
Will
Levis, Malik Willis, one of y'all emerge and take us. With Tulane, there's only 3 returning starters on their defense. They lost their whole secondary. I got that written down. That's gonna be tough for a team that has aspirations of winning the conference. You returning 3 starters, and you're losing pretty much your whole secondary. It's gonna be tough. So Willie Fritz and Michael Pratt, they have their work cut up for them. They do avoid SMU and UTSA. I mean,
UTSA, they play at
They do that if that's their last game. I'm sorry. They avoid SMU. They do open up with South Alabama, Ole Miss, and Southern Miss, first 3 games. And then they get FAU to the second to the last game. So, I mean, that's kind of the conference right there. FAU and UTSA the last 2 games. It's going to come down to determine that. So, to me, I can see them right at 9 wins. I'm more inclined to be under the 9.5.
I got them like 7+.
So
I got them like definitely under 9, definitely over 7. So 8, I don't know. I wrote down 7+. That's all I got. I got them obviously losing to Ole Miss. I got them losing at Memphis. I got them losing to UTSA. And where's the last one? Do I have FAU? Oh, I didn't finish that note. I'll say FAU. I'd say 7 wins. I don't know.
I don't have an exact win total, but I just know it's under 9. I mean, it's under 9.5.
It's definitely for me.
The next team we'll talk about, second best odds, plus 330, SMU. -5.5 in TARP, in net TARP, -7 on offense, 1.5, positive 1.5 on defense for Rhett Lashley's Mustangs. One thing I like to note about SMU, their donors came together and did a pretty substantial thing for their program. Every player on their team gets a nil deal of Let me make sure I wrote it, $38,000 per year, pretty much for every player. So I mean that's nil right there.
Dang.
Just based on the alumni alone. 8.5 is the win total, plus 110 to the over, minus 138 to the under.
I got them in the under.
They went 7-6 last year, 5-3.
And then
I got I want to say it's kind of it's tough. I'm like,
what number did you say? 8?
It's 8.5, and it's tough.
Yeah, I got the under on that. I got like 7 for them. I have written down 6 technically, but I'm gonna give them 1. I'm gonna give them 1 because I've never heard that number, so I'm gonna give them 1. But even still, I got the under on that. Go ahead, man. I cut you off.
No, you're good. I'm torn because they return 83% of their line starts. They are 6th in the transfer portal rankings. They brought in a lot of transfers. A couple of those guys from the University of Miami. Tanner Mordecai, the quarterback, he is gone. Insert Preston Stone, who's been his backup for the last couple of years.
Sophomore.
They lost Rasheed Rice, the all receiver they had. He's going on to the draft. And they just returned 4 starters on defense, and the defense was hot garbage anyways last year, especially that rush defense. It was like bottom 20. So they don't play Tulane, they don't play UTSA, and they don't play FAU. So they kind of hit, like, they're avoiding the 3 top teams other than them with the odds to win the conference. And when you look at it, this is an interesting nugget I found. They have 6 one-score losses last year. That speaks to how trash the defense was. But when you only return 4 returning starters on defense, tell me why I should buy into you when you return 4 starters on a defense who couldn't close it out last year, obviously. So when I factor that in, I'm inclined to be on the under, because 8 wins sounds about right for this squad.
Because 8.5.
I mean, it's 8.5, right at 8, and right at 8 sounds about right to me. I mean, I can't get on board with over 8.5 with a team that was already trash on defense, lost their starting quarterback. I mean, they're 6 in the transfer portal, but you're banking on a lot. It's like NFL free agency. How many times do the team that buys all the players in free agency, you know what I'm saying? How many times do they actually produce? It takes time to gel. So, yeah, it's none of this is like set in stone. Like, it's not a best bet or anything. Like, if I tell you to hammer something, I mean hammer it. But this is just what I would do. And these like Tulane, as far as Tulane and SMU go, these are just, they're unders, but I ain't sold on them. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sold on those two. I can see a world with that. You have any more thoughts on SMU?
No, man. They got 6 on offense, 4 on defense coming back. I'm like you, but I don't have them at 8. I got them at like 6 or 7. We'll see.
Yeah, I don't think they're getting 8.5 total. I don't think they do at all. Next on the list, let's talk about a team that you're probably excited to talk about. And I know
the Roadrunners, baby.
UTSA Roadrunners who are coming up.
The Roadrunners, led by Frank Harris.
They're led by my boy
4,000-yard passer last year.
7-year
starter.
Dude,
we talked about this team? Dude.
7-year starter.
Yeah, basically.
He spent middle school and high school at fucking UTSA, basically. Fucking graduated already, my goddamn.
Oh, yeah, man. Oh, yeah, dude.
At this point, his coach has got to tell him you can't be, like, talking to the college heroes like you're old enough to have a corporate job. Like, I need a suit and tie worn to practice every day, Frank. I need you. Don't even get him a locker. Get him a cubicle. Don't get him a locker. Get him a cubicle. He needs to know what it feels like to be in the corporate world. They're plus 400 to win the conference, man.
I like the odds. Honestly, I don't know, man. I feel like this is the most complete team right now in the league. I think they're led by, obviously, a veteran quarterback.
Say that again.
They got 8 on offense returning and 7 on defense. 7 on offense are seniors. They're seniors. They're like, dude, I think I said this last year. There was a stat, like first episode. They had like a major class the last 2 years because their win total is almost like, what is it? Their
win total is
it's like 80-90%. Like, yeah, they go from 2020. They like go up like four or five wins from 20 to 21.
Yeah, Jeff Traylor's been building a fucking monster program. Shout out to Jeff Traylor.
Great recruiting classes because seemed like back to back almost.
Yeah.
It seemed like big senior classes. And last year I was like, holy shit, man! They had so many senior like starters. I was like, dude, this team's gonna have a great run.
And we were on them last year. We were on them a couple times.
I was on them, man. I rolled them hard, dude.
For sure.
I had them against Houston, and they fucking nearly pulled off the.
We were opposite. We were opposite. We was opposite that game.
I was like, hey, man, UTSA, they're gonna do something.
It was that the game I secretly bet at Houston, and I didn't want to tell you. Yeah. I think that was the game I secretly bet at Houston, and I just did not want to tell you because we were talking so much shit. I keep adjusting my mic, y'all. I'm sorry. I keep thinking I'm too loud.
No, I'm adjusting mine right now.
As far as you know, what's crazy about UTSA that you bring up the returning starters. They're -6.5 in TARP, -4 on offense, and -2.5 on defense. But that doesn't. It sounds bad, but when all the other players were starters, and you don't have to like sub in a backup that played, it's like a whole new world. It's like a whole new world. You don't have to really teach this guy scheme. Like, you know, you're just replacing these players. We don't have to go out to the transfer portal and get somebody who don't know our scheme or bring in a freshman. You got guys that are, like you said, an experienced team. Like UTSA, like we said, they're 7.5 -148 to the over plus 120 to the under. So you got to lay the juice to bet
7.5.
Yeah, this is the first team I'm willing to say over. This is my first. I'm gonna make this is my first like official bet over 7.5. 11-3 last year, 8-0 in conference. Returned 52% of their line starts.
But they came from the CUSA.
Yeah, with this many returning players. I mean, Jeff Traylor.
I still got major confidence.
Yeah, all day in the road runners.
Major confidence.
Meet me all the fucking way. Meet me all the way. All to the bank. Meet your ass to the bank. They got a new offensive coordinator, of course. Both of their 2 starting receivers left, but outside of
it's gonna hurt.
You're not gonna be happy about this. They do play their youth team again week 1. So
week 1. It's week 1. So, but it's at Houston this time.
I'm not gonna be on Houston. I'm not.
I don't know. Houston. We tried to fade all year last year, dude. Houston was like a team that they were frauds. I think that was our number 1 fraud team last year.
Let's fade them week 1.
Do I have them? I got them going on the road and beating Houston, man. You mark my words. Hey, go put a time stamp, dude. Y'all can call me out when I lose.
Y'all can call me out.
I'm telling you right now.
2302. I'm going to time stamp.
2302. The UTSA Roadrunners are going on the road to beat Houston week 1. Dude.
2302. I'm going to time stamp.
That's a hot take, man. That's a hot take, hot pick.
So, other than that game, they played Tennessee in a non-conference game, and they played FAU in their last game was at Tulsa. So the FAU in that Tulsa game is big. They got to get through that Tennessee game alive. But I like this team to go over. You like them to win the conference, correct?
The conference and 9+ wins.
This is his team.
9 wins, man.
This is who he's riding with. This is who he's
9 wins and a conference title.
And I mean, he's a smart man. He's riding with a 7-year senior. He got Frank Harris might have he might have grandkids by the time this podcast over.
Oh man,
Frank Harris is gonna kick my fucking ass. He's gonna kick my ass.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
I'm sorry. So we'd like to take some time right here since the feedback from the last episode was so great. We'd like to take some time and do a little segment we call Glory Days.
The Glory Days.
The Glory Days. And people seem to enjoy us talking a little bit about when we played a little ball back in the day. So we'll take a couple minutes and maybe kick around a story or two. Just a little football. One thing I meant to ask you, you brought up Kevin Dye the last podcast.
Yeah.
Did Kevin Dye have that pack in high school? Did he have a pack in high school too? Did he have that? Did he have a gas? Did he have the gas bags? The choir minds want to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was amazing from the jump. Dude, I'm not going to lie, man. I may tell a Kevin Dodd story every episode until we get to the season.
He might
have a lot of them.
Cease and desist. He might hit us with cease and desist.
No, man, I had a great relationship with him, dude. I swear to God, he can comment or he can hit me if he wants, but I feel like I had a huge influence.
This way, hold on, let me cut my mic down this way.
No, you straight, man. You straight.
So
I feel like I had a huge influence on that dude going to Clemson. Like maybe a little bit, but I feel like I had a big influence on him.
So did he had a pack in high school? Did he have a pack? Did he have a?
What do you mean by the pack?
You know what I mean by the pack. Did he have that pack?
Like, was he that motherfucking dog? Like,
no,
day one?
No, that ain't what I mean. That ain't what I mean. You ain't got to say no definite answers, but you know what I mean.
Nah, I don't know. I'm pleading the fifth on that one, dude. I'm pleading the fifth on that.
It's just a well-known thing that certain Clemson players from back in the day, you know, a couple of y'all star receivers, you know, a couple of things like that, like they just been known to, you know, run around with the pack, and I'm just, you know,
I plead the fifth. I plead the fifth on that one. I will say, but
give me a story.
Man,
give us a story.
The first day I ever seen him, he sat behind me in what was that? Global Studies, Miss Sharon Maccabee. And he asked me for a pencil, and I was like, oh yeah. And I actually had a pencil, and like that was like, oh, and then he asked me for a piece of paper. I was like, yeah, I got a piece of paper. And so, you know, tossing him back. That was like the beginning. That was the beginning of our friendship for real.
Yeah.
And then he went out for football. He actually went out for receiver first, and that was hilarious. I'm not gonna lie. That was hilarious. He looked like a big old goofy tight end. And don't get me wrong, he was fucking humongous. He looked like Metcalf out there at receiver. I'm not even gonna lie, but there was no way. The hands that just wasn't the case for him.
His hands were made for fighting the offensive lineman, not catching the ball.
Yeah. And so I remember they finally switched him. Everyone was like, get the D-line. I can't remember exactly how he switched, but it was something like that. Okay. And I remember back in the day, we started on JV. And JV was my glory days. I played varsity football, but I don't have significant playing time. But all my stories are from that JV team, man. That JV team and C-team. Those great stories. But
listen,
I'll leave it a short one.
At least you got to start and play some games. Most people were career backups. They were 4-year backups. Yeah, they were volunteer. They voluntarily spent their time after school doing nothing but getting ass whipped by somebody. You know?
Yeah, JV. I want to say I was a JV. Not a star, but I was JV. I was a starter on JV. Anyways.
You was a star?
So,
no, call yourself
I remember, who did we play? We played Jail Man, and it was like one of the first games that I remember like starting with him. And we were the ends. He was the left end, I was the right end if we're facing the quarterback. And we would be down, you know, we'd be in our 3-point, and then he would like come out, and he'd be like, hey, Chip. And I'd come out my stance and be like, yo. And he'd be like, we going in or we going out? And I'd be like, we going out. And he'd be like, all right. And then we just get down and fire off, dude. Fire off. But the first time I ever, and I'll say this, the first time I found out this dude was him. He was him. Was we were playing Greer. This was JV year. We were playing Greer, the arch rival. And I was lined up on the left side for some reason. He was on the right. And it was maybe across the middle. Was it a toss? Let's say it was a toss to the left. It was on my side. Guy, he cut to the inside on me, so I got washed out of the play. But I was trailing. So I'm trailing the running back. He's coming. And so this guy is going, and Kevin Dodd, who is over here, I mean, hawks him. I've never seen it, dude. He like ran 10 to 15 more miles an hour faster than me, past me, blew by me. I was like, holy. And then the little running back tried to do a little stop, and Kevin Dodd clotheslined his ass like we were in WWE. It was one of the most athletic things I ever seen. Like, I mean, shoo, like I was like, oh, and then
It's like, oh my God.
That's when I knew that dude was
Jim Ross moment.
That's when I was
Ross
like,
moment.
this guy is him. he's him, man. I got a bunch of them, but I'll let that one be the one that I'll tell on this story. But yeah, man, that dude, he was definitely him, man. I'm not gonna lie.
You seen him clothesline from hell a running back. He pulled a real WWF move out. He said, fuck it, I'm
on the field.
I'm a clothesline him.
On the field.
Take him out.
On the field.
Just take him out.
Yeah, on the field, man.
I got a quick question. What was the worst when you played? What was the worst beating you were ever a part of or witnessed when you played?
The worst beating that we ever took. There's 2 losses in my head. We got the absolute dog shit kicked out of us by Clinton. I think I said this on last episode.
You told us
how we went up against a wing T. So that was a JV year. I was the starting right end. And basically the hole in front of me would just open up like the Red Sea, dude. And there would be, like I said, like a 5'8", 265-pound fullback. I mean, helmet in my chest. Like, I'm lined up like, oh, this is easy. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck, this sucks. This sucks. Never got ran over. But that was just a beating that when the game was over, bro, that
you was ready to end it.
It hurt. That hurt mentally and it hurt physically, dude. Because that was a demanding football game. We lost that one bad. And then I remember my first C team game I played significant time in. And and we had lost. That was like our trial. Like, so I went to Riverside, so I've always been known to hate Greer. Or not hate him, but like that's the rival.
That's where the school rivalry go.
And then when I got to Riverside, it was Eastside. And I was like, what? I thought it was Greer. And I was like, no, fuck Eastside. And I was like, all right, fuck Eastside.
You fucking both.
So we lost on a guy that was on our team, man, rest in peace. He's actually passed away. He dropped an interception that could have closed us the game. We had an up and down pass, but we were very cordial before he left us. But he dropped. I remember this shit because he went to catch it like this, and that shit was like doo. It was hilarious. We were all laughing, but after we were like, "Fuck, man, we just lost Eastside. That sucks."
It's like, you remember you dropped that pass and cost us the game against fucking...
People talk about that one for a long time. Because, I mean, I remember, because, you're fighting on the line, and then the ball goes over, so you're like, all right. And then I'm watching it, and Buddy just goes up, and it's just like, and I was like, hey, what the fuck? We were all so mad at him.
He cost us the fucking game. No, we suck again.
Oh, my God. It was an interception we definitely needed. I felt like I don't remember the exact terms of the game, but I remember exactly that moment. He dropped that. I couldn't believe it, and then thinking, "Oh fuck, we just lost the East Side. Like this sucks." Now people, they lose the East Side. I don't know who was y'all's was East Side as well, was it not?
Mm-hmm.
Which I thought was strange.
Everybody just hates East Side, apparently.
Yeah, everybody hates East Side.
Fuck those guys.
I don't get it.
Everybody like fuck.
Yeah,
those
I don't
guys.
get it.
So I'll hate them. It's like I thought our rivalry week was last week. It's like no, it's this week. We're playing East Side.
Yeah,
it's like this week you're playing East Side.
You said you graduated in 2010.
Yeah.
So do you remember a game? So I played a game. When was this? This was 2010 because I didn't play senior year. 2010. So it might have been your senior year. So Riverside versus Wade Hampton. Mm-hmm. It was a monsoon.
Yeah.
Were you a part of this game? Because I played like 2 snaps.
I didn't play my senior at all.
Okay. So we played against Wade Hampton where it
lacrosse this year.
No, I feel that, dude. I didn't play football senior year either. I did track. I was a 4-year letterman in track. That'd be great. Anyways, no, going back to football, we played y'all at Wade Hampton at monsoon, and I mean monsoon. Lightning delay 3 different times, bro. They loaded us like we all had to walk into y'all's basketball gym like 2 different times. And then they were going to call it, and then we're just sitting around eating little bologna sandwiches, bullshit, just trying to stay, like alive or well, I guess.
It's just high school football that ain't that deep.
High school football. I mean, I couldn't believe we were playing in that weather, dude. That was like, you couldn't. I think that was a run only. And, dude, I'm not even going to lie to you. I think shit, did we win or lose? I can't remember if we won or lost. But it was like a 54-52 game, bro, I swear. Because people were just breaking run like McCoy in the snow, Shady McCoy in the snow.
Yeah.
Like, it was like that. But every running back who touched the ball took it, like, all the way, dude. For a long time. And I don't know if we ended up finishing the game. But
I don't remember.
Yeah, man.
I don't remember that. I don't remember they played that monsoon game, but I don't remember what happened. But I do remember they played one game where it rained. They only won like 3 games that year, so if you lost to them that year, they sucked. They only won like 3 games, so
yeah, dude, we were trash. We were trash.
I'll make my story pretty brief, so we get back for people.
It. Dude, I'm gonna grab this water right here, dude. I just keep looking at it. It's like right there.
So my freshman year. I wasn't a part of this loss, but I just got to tell the story. My freshman year,
go for it.
You spoke of Clinton. My brother, he's 2 years older than me, so he played 2 years at Wade Hampton because he didn't go to Wade Hampton all 4 years, and they played Clinton, and they won like 2 games this year. They were atrocious. I mean, they got every game they lost by like they lost by like 40-50 every game because this was like this was like Union, Clinton, and those people so they were just getting blowed out like by everybody. I mean, they weren't even scoring most games. They played Clinton. They played Clinton at home, and I kid you not, man. I don't remember the running backs. I didn't remember the running backs' last name because that's how legendary. It was Kingsborough. He ran for like 250 in like the first half, like 4 or 5 touchdowns. It was already like 20-30 to nothing at halftime or whatever. They put the backup in, and he ran for 250 and did the same thing. They gave him like 600 yards rushing in one game, and they got to be like 50-something to nothing. It was. I mean, you got to think Clinton is just running the ball. They're not throwing it at all. So they're not throwing it. They might have had 40, 50 rushing attempts, and they just. I mean, you just watch
a high school game.
Bro, it's just like, man, get off the field. It's like, just get off the field at that point.
Yeah.
It was just bad. I mean, like for the starter to come in and be like, you know what, I'm just gonna hang it up at halftime, and I'll let my backup come in and get his stats. So they of those films alone, both of those guys probably went and played college ball. Just send that in. Send that in.
Guaranteed, dude.
But we're gonna get out of the glory days section, guys. We're gonna power through this. These last couple.
Let me ask you one last question, dude. Didn't y'all have a wide receiver that went to Florida State?
No, we had a receiver that went to North Carolina State.
NC State?
NC State.
What was his name?
Hakeem
Flowers?
Yeah.
He went to NC State?
He went to NC State.
I thought he went to Florida State.
He went to NC State.
That's still cool as fuck. What did he do?
Yeah. I'm not really sure. I think he transferred.
Nothing after that?
I'm not really sure. I ain't really. It was after I had left. I ain't really keep up. I mean, my cousin played.
Really?
I came back and watched him, but I ain't really keep up too much. I came and watched him a few times.
I thought that dude was in your class.
I think he was the Yalta. Yeah, he was in the Yalta.
The year after.
Yalta 2 years. Next, we got Memphis. 7-6 last year, 3-5 in the conference, 61% of the returning line starts. Seth Henderson is his third year. He's coming in as a starter. He takes care of the ball pretty well. Not a prolific passer. Don't really run. The problem is this team lost its 3 top receivers and its tight end, but both running backs return. They play Missouri. They play Tulane. They play SMU, and then they play Boise State. So those are the tough games they got in the conference. Even though 2 of those games are non-conference game. Plus 600 to win the conference, minus 1.5 in total TARP. Offensive TARP, they're positive 1.5, but they're minus 3 on defense. So Ryan Silverfield, man, you got your work cut out for you with this defense because that's the problem. Memphis could score points last year, but they could not stop anybody on defense. If they could get competent, if they could get some help with the receiving tight end position, they're going to need some pass catchers to emerge. If they could get the defense to step up a bit, you could be talking about a team that could get close to their win total, 8.5, plus 112 to the over, minus 130 juice to the under. 8.5 is steep in this conference, especially with that non-conference schedule. Veteran quarterback returning, Ryan Silverhouse can get this team to play. Can it get the defense to follow suit and step up? Can they get enough playmakers to emerge? Or are they going to be a run-heavy team? A lot of questions about this team. I'm not willing to go with 9 because I feel like this is an 8-win team. What are your thoughts?
I got 7 wins. I got 7 wins for these boys. They got 5 starters on both sides coming back. But like you said, the skill position is not there on offense this year. So it's a little sketch. And then you got a first-year – it's first-year starter, if I'm not mistaken. So been with the team, but – man.
I ain't too sold on him. Memphis cost me a lot of money last year. They cost me a lot of money.
I do like their football stadium. I will say, I do like their football stadium.
Hold up. I like their jerseys, too. Their jerseys are fire. Their jerseys are fire.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and I love their end zones. They got the tiger stripe end zones.
Rewind that tape a little bit. Hold on. Go back to the team we just talked about, SMU. I forgot. Fuck you guys, too, also SMU. You cost me a ton of money last year. On top of all those one-score game losses, those shits cost me money. But, okay, back to Memphis. I don't see it. Those are pretty much my thoughts on Memphis. Ryan Silverfield, good coach, got some return in production, just not enough from the skill position groups for me to buy in. And you're going to need that in this conference with the teams you have at the top. Now,
100%.
The next team we're going to talk about is the team I think is going to win the conference. I know that's kind of bold because they're like the 15th down, and we're talking about the Florida Atlantic Owls. Plus 600 to win the conference, plus 7 in net TARP, plus 2 on offense, plus 5 on defense. Tom Herman's first year as the coach.
Brand new
coach, first year coach. And the reason I'm very high on this team, Casey Thompson transfers from Nebraska. If you remember, Casey Thompson had a lot of hype at Oklahoma, comes over here. I mean, last year has a not so good year in Nebraska, but nobody did. And Nebraska can't fault that for him. Now he's reconnected with Tom Herman. Tom Herman, who was great at Houston, Tom Herman, who wasn't a bad coach at Texas. He just never got him over the hump. But he did win a Sugar Bowl against Georgia. Tom Herman, who had a winning record at Texas. Tom Herman, who knows how to coach offenses. Tom Herman, who had a good offense at Ohio State. 60% of the line starts returned. They were 5-7 in the conference and 4-4 last year. 5-7 overall, 4-4 in the conference. They returned the whole back seven. The whole back seven returns to this team. With a team with Casey Thompson transferring in, Tom Herman calling offense. Their out of conference schedule features Ohio, Clemson, and Illinois. They literally play them teams back to back to back. So they'll be a little beat up, but if they can sustain, if they can not suffer too much attrition, they do play UTSA week 8 and Tulane week 11. If they are able to take care of them games and not have any slip ups in between, FAU can easily see themselves starting off cold in the month of September, but heating up in October, November, and finding themselves in the conference champions game.
They're probably like 2-2.
Give me
2-2.
The FAU Owls to win the conference at plus 600. And exceed their win total of 7.5, which is minus 102 to the over, minus 120 to the under. I would bet that. I would take that to the bank. That is my best bet of the whole podcast.
How many wins you got on that?
Over 7.5.
I'll take the over. I got them at 7 or 8. I couldn't decide, but I left them at 7. But yeah, I got the over too.
If you look in your text messages,
man.
I texted you like a month ago about Tom Herman and Casey Thompson when I was doing some bullshit research. I texted you and I was
when I was doing
Casey Thompson and Tom Herman together. What?
Yeah, when I was doing notes yesterday and today, I saw that and I was like, forgot about that shit. Yeah, dude. Wow.
That makes me perk up a little bit. That gets my ears a little going. It gets me like, oh, I think I got some value. And plus 600 is great value on a team to win the conference. Right. So if you believe they can hit this win total over, if you're not too sold on SMU, UTSA, or Tulane.
They got 4 returning skill players, too, on offense. You got both running backs. You got 2 wide receivers. 1 running back, 2 wide receivers, and the tight end. Hey, come on, man. Come on, man. I don't know. I like it.
The next team we're going to talk about.
I still got UTSA, man.
The meet will be, well, that's a clash. I'm glad. Maybe we'll see that in the conference championship game. The next team we're going to talk about, oh, my goodness, my head was itching. North Texas. 7-7.
North Texas.
7-7 overall last year. They reached the conference championship game last year in their conference. 6-2 in the conference. 80% of the line start returning. The funny thing about this team is they fired Seth Luttrell, their longtime coach, because he was 0-5 in bowl games. He just couldn't win one. Good coach, just could not win a bowl game. Inserts a new head coach, which is, hold on, I got his name written down right here. Eric Morris. Eric Morris. North Texas is plus 4.5 in TARP, 3.5 on offense and 1 on defense. So they're pretty positive on the TARP area. They're instituting the air raid. That's what the new coach runs. UL Monroe, transfer quarterback, and Chandler Rogers will be taking over the reins. They return the running backs. They're transitioning to a 3-3-5 on defense. They go to Tulane, they go to SMU, and they play Memphis and UTSA at home. Those are their 4 tough games. They kind of strike out on the conference because you got to play all 4 of those tough teams. But even though with all that returning, let me see what that total. I got the win total is 6.5 plus 132 to the over, minus 162 to the under. That's tough. I don't count on them winning any of them 4 games, but that's just 4 games. That still leaves 2 more games out here to hit over this win total. It's really just a bet on, do you believe this team can make the transition on offense and defense?
What did you just say that number was?
It's 6.5.
I don't know. I think I have them at 5.5. I don't think so. I got the under.
Mean Green cost me some money last year. The Mean Green were very mean to my green last year when they cost me money.
Their defense was very bad last year.
It's probably going to be very bad this year.
Like you said, bottom 20, like maybe bottom 15.
It'll be very bad this year too. But
yeah, so
I know it's going to sound crazy. I'm taking the over. Defense is going to be bad. Defense is going to be bad, but they'll score some points. There's a lot of bad in this conference they could feast off of. They could just pull off an upset off one of these teams. And, maybe these top 4 teams cannibalize each other and they get a beat-up team and they somehow sneak it in. I'm just going with the Mean Green just because.
They have a good amount of people coming back, too.
I believe in the TARP.
They got 7 on offense, 6 on defense, too. I mean, I believe in returning starters, man.
I believe in returning starters.
Shit, dude. Like, if you're going to get a stat out of me, it's going to be, coming back.
There you go. And they made a conference. And they made a conference championship game. They made a conference championship game last year. Like, it's not like this is any slouch. This is a team that knows how to win. They proved that, and they moved on from a coach. They got a new coach, and they're going to implement some new things.
Also, this is help them out. Their first year in this conference too, and they're coming with UTSA. So, hey,
that's who they played the conference championship game too. So, familiarity.
UTSA got the better of them though.
Yeah, because Frank Harris been there since I was in grade school.
Yeah.
Man, so you got any more thoughts on North Texas? I'm going to take the over 6.5. You're on the under, right?
I got the under. Okay. Yeah, I got the under.
That's perfect. You know what we're going to talk about next? East Carolina. East Carolina, a team that's going to get the shit kicked out of them week 1 when they go to Michigan. I'm just going to know that. They have a tough schedule overall. They were 8-5 last year, 4-4 in conference games, 41% offensive line stats returning. I'm going to go and let you know right now. The win total is set at 5.5, minus 115 to the over, minus 105 to the under. I'm going to take the under here, and I'm going to tell you why. A couple reasons. They lost Holton Ayers, their longtime starting quarterback. They lost the running back. They lost 2 receivers and a tight end. They're all gone. Mason Garcia, 3-year career backup, inserted as the starter, and they lost all their linebackers in their corners. When I tell you a team lost all their skill position players plus their quarterback and their whole back 7, and their win total is 5.5, and their quarterback is a career backup, 3-year career backup, which what I say about the Wisconsin quarterback. If he wasn't good enough to start then, he's only good enough to start now because they have nobody else. Give me the under, and this is my second best bet of this podcast. With a schedule of playing Tulane, SMU, FAU, and UTSA, adding in Michigan, App State, and Marshall, that's 7 games. They're going to lose all 7 more than likely, in my opinion. We can come back to this, clip it, 52 minutes. They're going to lose all 7 of those games.
Yeah, I got them at 4, maybe 5. 4, maybe 5. They almost beat NC State last year, too, so, I mean – but like you said, they're losing all.
None of those players are there.
Them players, man. I do want to give them a little mention of good and great.
Shout out to the Pirates. I like their colors. I like their stadium. I like their energy. I like to watch them play. They usually have interesting teams.
I like their 50-yard line logo. It's kind of like Tar Heels, but it's got the whole pirate inside the stadium.
The purple, the yellow, the purple, the like old gold, yellow, whatever they wear, and the white is fire. It's just attrition. That's all that's happened. Attrition has got the better of them. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, they had a big bowl game win. Beat the shit out of Coastal Carolina. I don't know how.
Yeah.
Beat the shit out of them. Well,
I'll tell you how they had good players. And now they all.
Yeah, good players.
Get out of here. The next team we're going to talk about is Navy. Navy is also, well, I didn't note this till now. ECU is plus 3,000 to win the conference. So there you go.
Dang.
If you
dang.
Let's hit that. Plus 3,000 is also what Navy is. 6 in TARP, 2.5 on offense, 3.5 on defense for Brian Newberry, the first-year coach. I'm soured on Navy before we even get into it because they fired their coach in the locker room after their last game. Long-time coach,
Yeah, that's
they
some
got
bullshit.
it. It's some real bullshit.
Some
he
bullshit.
deserved better than that.
Bullshit.
For a team that's fucking the Navy.
Probably the best coach they ever had.
You're the Navy and you do some dishonorable shit like that. I don't want to hear anybody in the Navy ever talk about honor. You fired your coach after the last game, you assholes. 5.5 is the total. Minus 172 to the over. Plus 140 to the under. When you look at Navy, I don't have much written down except they went 4-8 last year. 4-4 in the conference. They returned 78% of their line starts, in which, with a team like Navy with a new head coach, they also have a new defensive coordinator. They're going to have a new offense coordinator. He came from Kennesaw State, I believe. He is going to implement the option, but more RPOs and more short passing. So they're going to throw a little bit more. You'll probably still see a little bit of that option wrinkled in there.
I hope so, man.
They return 6 starters in their front 7, too. And on defense.
Yeah, that's nice. So, they got 9 overall.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's kind of crazy. 9 overall, basically. That's strong for a almost shit team. I mean, they were like second in the country last year in rush defense.
Yeah,
I will say. But what was the number? Was it 5?
It's 5.5. I'm inclined to take the over because I think the defense will be so strong. Under. I'm just kind of like, fuck this team for what they did to their coach, man. Like, I know that shouldn't play any factor into my analysis.
That's like my thoughts.
But you can't do something like that. His fucking spirit is going to let this team. They're going to shank field goals and shit like that all year. So it's gonna, they're going to have a game 1. It's going to be in the bag, and then they're going to fumble the snap or something like that. You just don't do people.
Out of the Army Navy, like who do you like cheer for?
I rock with the Army because their jersey's fire.
I feel it. I always was a Navy. I always loved Navy, dude. Do you remember Ricky Dobbs? Their quarterback like 4 or 5 years ago. That dude ran. That's when like Navy was on like an 8 or 9 like in a row on Army. That dude was their triple option quarterback. That dude was nice. I really liked Navy, dude. And then they beat South Carolina randomly one year. That shit was kind of hilarious.
Yeah. I root for Air Force over them all. I fuck with Air Force.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll talk about them in the next podcast. I fuck with Air Force.
All right, better enough.
Their jerseys are 5. I'm going with the over for Navy. It's just I can't be blinded by my personal feelings, even though they do go to Memphis and SMU. I just believe that they're a tough, sound, disciplined team, and them adding in a little bit more of a passing game can only do more to help the offense, and that defense is going to be strong. We know that, so I'll take the over. I'll take him to hit right at 6 wins. The next team we're going to talk about, we're getting to the bottom of the barrel, people. So we're going to power through this. Temple Owls, 3-9 last year in the conference, 1-7 overall. 1-7 in the conference, 63% of the line starts returned. E.J. Warner, AAC Rookie of the Year, Kurt Warner's son, returns as quarterback. Played really well down the stretch last year. They need receiver help because they don't have any. They got guys transitioning to receiver from the defense side of the ball. And they have a terrible run defense. They were like bottom 10 in the nation. If they could get the defense to improve, just maybe like 30 to 50.
On defense, I got them at like 111.
Yeah, like it's terrible. If you could get them somewhere between middle of the pack, 60, 70, defense would be okay. You can see yourself winning a couple games. I mean, you play UTSA, SMU, Memphis, and Miami. So those are probably 4 losses. But you have an opportunity in that defense to improve. But you having the quarterback that you have, you got a chance to pull off some upsets. Plus 3,500 to win the conference. 2.5 in TARP, plus 2 in offense, minus 0.5. So stand the man. Get your team together, man. Get y'all ready to rock. Get them ready to rock. Now 5.5 is the win total. Minus 105 to the over and minus 115 to the under. You got any thoughts on that?
Oh man, I'm scared.
This is a 5-win team again. I just don't believe in that defense.
Yeah, I almost have like what is it like the even? What is it like on a bet? It's just like there's no. You could bet. Like I remember going to the casino one time, and I tried to bet Lewis Hamilton to win a race. This was like when that dude was winning every weekend on F1, and his line was even. And I was like, the fuck does that mean? And basically it was like,
I bet even money.
You're gonna win whatever the fuck you bet. If it's $1, it's $1. If it's $5,000, you're just gonna win $5,000. Like, and God forbid
even odds ain't
something
bad.
ever happens. And I was like, oh, I bet Lewis Hamilton. And then when I saw that even, I was like, ew. I was like, oh man, that means he's dominant.
Yeah.
That means
at least ain't had no juice on it. I would have laid the even number. Just don't leave.
Really? Just to get that win?
I mean, even is better than laying the juice. I mean, it's better than him being like minus 125 and you having to pay that juice just to get some profit. You know, if I got a game and it's even and I'm strong about it, I'll lay 200-300 on it. You know what I'm saying? Let me double up. I'll tell you what's not going to double up. UAB.
I was about to say, yeah.
Let's talk about UAB.
Couldn't wait to talk about them.
Trent Dilfer's team. For those of you who don't know, Trent Dilfer is now FBS coach. He came from the high school ranks. He, along with every other coach except 3 coaches on his coaching staff, they have coaching experience. So, very inexperienced team. They were 7-6 last year. That's not happening again. 4-4 in the conference. They returned a good running back. This is the least experienced offensive line in the nation by TARP. That's how many they have the least experienced line snaps in the nation. They play Georgia, UTSA, and Tulane. By the virtue of them playing Georgia, they're probably going to get broken physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Dude, I'm telling you, it's going to be bad when they play them. Plus 4,500 to win the conference. They're minus 12 in TARP, minus 7 on offense, minus 5 on defense. 4.5 is their win total. Minus 152 to the over and plus 124 to the under. I will be smashing the under. And I don't even understand why it's juiced to the over. I don't know what people are expecting.
I got them at 5.5.
I have them under 4.5 wins. I don't
under 4.5. I got them at 5.5, man. I don't know. Okay, so we can. All right, so North Carolina State, I feel like this is a dub. That's 1. Georgia Southern, I think they may lose. I don't know. So let's say they're 1-1.
You said NC State?
North Carolina A&T.
Okay, so that's a win.
Yeah, that's a win. And at Georgia Southern, I think is a loss. But if they win,
it's a toss-up.
Kudos to them. And then they played Louisiana. So I said win there.
Louisiana Lafayette? Georgia. Louisiana Lafayette?
I think so, but it just says Louisiana.
That is a toss-up.
That's a toss-up. So, I mean, they could be 3-0, or they could be 2-1, but I got them at 2-1 right there, or 1-2. Yeah, I got them at 2-1 right there. I got them beating. I got them beating Navy. I got them beating Temple, and a toss-up against North Texas, and a toss-up against Memphis. Did I say 5.5 games? Is that 5? Is that 5?
You said wins? You got them with 5 wins, and I got them with. I didn't hit a win on their schedule except that first game. So, I'm. That's probably my second best bet on this conference, man. Smash the under. That's just me. I don't believe in Trent Dilfer, bald ass. You know what I'm saying? Hey, hopefully, when you're losing games, and they're I'm bald too, so I can do that. When they're losing games. And Trent Dilfer's all upset. I hope that kid that he was pushing on the sidelines and yelling at, I hope he comes out and be like, somebody need to yell at your ass. Somebody need to yell at your – he need to go to the game and yell at Trent Dilfer the same way when they lose. He needs to tell him, no, sit your ass down.
I remember watching that video. I was like, yikes, man. Yikes. Just the total situation. Just yikes. Yikes from his standpoint and yikes having to deal with a player like that.
Yeah, I can't take the coaching.
Oh, man, it's like a lose-lose situation.
He's a lose-lose.
That's all I got on UTSA. Hey, they won their bowl game. They won the
UAB,
Bahamas
they did.
Bowl. So
they got new jerseys too. They got new jerseys and they're fire. So
I haven't seen them, but I believe you.
They got unveiled on Twitter. I seen like a video. They were fire. South Florida is the next team we're going to talk about. Is South Florida the next fucking team we're going to talk about? I'm looking at my notes like right now. They're really okay. South Florida plus 5,000 to win the conference.
We got 4 teams left, I think.
2.5 net TARP, 0.5 on offense, 2 on defense. Alex Golish, first year coach for them. South Florida is
Golish, yes.
4.5 is their win total, minus 102 to the over, minus 120 to the under. They were 1-11 last year, 0-8 in the conference. They returned.
Yeah.
This is the second worst TARP for offensive line in the nation. Gary Boharon is the quarterback, and their defense was bottom like 15 in like every statistical category. So how is this team going to win over 4.5 games? I mean, I get it. They have some returning production, but you tell me a 1-11 team. You could expect some improvement, man, but God,
you would hope
with a first-year head coach.
Who was the team you said? Yeah, who was the team you said last week or the episode before this? He was like, "It's no other way but up." Was that Nebraska? Who's we talking about?
We're talking about Iowa or Rutgers.
Was it Iowa?
They're both of their offenses.
No other way than up. So. I'm thinking it's the same way.
You know what?
Other way than up.
That's my whole analysis for South Florida. There's no other way but up. You won one game last year. You didn't win a conference game. That's my analysis. That's my whole analysis. There's no other way but up, but under on the win total. They're going to hit right at 4 wins.
Because they fired the head coach last year.
Mm-hmm. Got a first-year head coach.
Was that not? Fuck. What was his name? That dude was Clemson. What was his name? Oh, shit, dude.
Morris?
He was a really good recruiter. No, it wasn't Morris. Jeff Scott. Jeff Scott. Yeah, that's his name.
Yeah, terrible coach.
Dude is the head coach here.
He's a good recruiter.
Yeah, terrible head coach. Amazing recruiter. That dude was at I saw him at a track meet. He was recruiting Kevin Dodd and Sharon Peak from Dorman. Both of them went to Clemson, but I remember seeing. I was like, "That's Jeff Scott right there." What the?
Jeff Scott know what he's doing.
What the?
Jeff Scott know what he's doing.
Pretty wild. Dude, we had a lot of former players go over there to like be like assistants and graduate assistants and shit. But I think have already like come back. We just got Jeff Scott back this year. Thank God. Recruiting wise, thank God. We got him as an analyst.
Jeff will bring.
We brought back a lot of people. We brought back Chad Morris. I think Chad Morris is on our coaching staff too, just as an analyst.
I did that for.
I don't know. We got the number 1 offensive coordinator in the country. That's all I got to say.
Yes, they got. Tulsa is next. 5-7 in the conference. 5-7. I keep doing that. 5-7 overall. 3-5 in the conference. 80% of that offensive line staff's return. Quarterback.
No skill players though.
No, yeah, they have the quarterback, 2 running backs, and the receiver both gone. Braylon Braxton is going to take over. 10-2 touchdown interception ratio. They had the 121st run defense though, and then they didn't hire a defensive coordinator until like the summer or something like that. They didn't have a defensive coordinator for the spring, so they probably didn't even start installing their defense until like the last couple of weeks. And they play Washington and Oklahoma non-conference. They're at Tulane. They play SMU and they play FAU. So when I look at that schedule and I think about their defense and what they lost and the fact that they are plus 5,500 to win the conference, minus 12 in TARP, minus 7 on offense, minus 5 on defense. It's Kevin Wilson's first year at the program. All this just screams to me that the 4.5 win total, that they're plus 110 to the over, minus 134 to the under. If you're going to bet an under, you might want. This is another one of my favorite plays. I was smashed under.
Is this the one?
The defense is going to be trash. They just don't have enough returning production to help out the quarterback, in my opinion, with a first-year head coach. Tulsa defense was actually pretty good a couple of years ago. Once they got rid of that defense squad, once that defense coordinator moved on to greener pastures, they just haven't been able to rekindle that magic on defense. That's why I will be taking the under, because I liked a lot of teams over in the beginning of the pod, but I told you this team has a lot of mid, and when you get past the mid grade, your shit ain't straight. So I'll take the under.
I'll take the under too. I think you mentioned new coach as well.
Yeah.
No skill players returned, dude. Offense, we gotta be able to score. I don't know. I don't know if I believe in the Braxton, the Braylon Braxton. I don't know if I believe in him. I don't know. I hope I want to, but I don't know.
I'm sorry for the noise of my paper turning.
No, you're straight.
I need to get my legal pad back. Well, I ain't gotta worry about that.
I don't have much on Tulsa. I'll be honest with you.
Well, we got 2 teams left. Let's try to knock them out so quick, because there's not much really to talk about. Rice, 5-8 last year, 3-8, 3-5 in the conference. 80% of their line stats return, but really, they insert JT Daniels. He transfers for like his fucking 10th year of college or to a different school. They played the murderous Royal Tulane, FAU, to UTSA, SMU. The thing about Rice is, though, this is what I find really interesting about Rice. They're plus 7,000 to win the conference. They're plus 7 in TARP, plus 4.5 on offense, plus 2.5 on defense. I got a coach. It is Mike Bloomers. That's a stupid ass name. I might have changed my whole opinion.
Bloomgren. I think it's Bloomgren.
I might change my whole opinion. I'm gonna go over, and I know you're thinking.
I got the over for sure.
It's 4.5, and it's minus 110 both ways. But this is the nugget that I found about them. They were minus 32 in turnover differential. They were the worst team in college. They were minus 32. You gotta expect that regression to happen. Like minus 32, they probably lost every fumble they fumbled. They probably didn't recover any. And they probably had unlucky interception luck. So if you could just get that to be normal, they probably win some games, more games. I mean, they won a couple last year, and I know they're stepping up, but minus 32 and they still won 5 games. Hats off to the coach. Stupid ass last name, but damn, way to keep them boys fighting.
Oh yeah, man. I love JT Daniels coming here.
For his 10th year, like Frank, he might have been longer than Frank
pretty
Harris.
Much. Yeah, pretty much. Hey, he got a ring though.
Yeah, he did.
He does have a ring.
Frank's a baller, certified. We ain't gotta question that. JT Daniels fucking could beat out.
Dude, I'll never forget, because I remember us talking about this game. Was it us talking about this game 2 years ago? I just really didn't think that JT Daniels was going to beat Clemson. I was like, we're not going to lose to JT Daniels. We're going to lose to Georgia, but we're not going to lose to JT. It ain't going to be because of him, and it totally wasn't. Ended up being a 1-score game, just an interception to the house, man, was the difference, dude.
I won $100. I won $100 off that game, so I called it. I knew how special Georgia was going to be on defense.
That was just a shock, man. That was just a shock. And then I think that was an exposure of our offensive line. That was like the beginning of the end to our offensive line, dude. I felt like we just didn't recruit offensive linemen for like 2 years. I don't know what the fuck was going on. I don't know who was supposed to be recruiting offensive linemen. But no, Rice, they got basically returning 2 skill wide receivers, a really good tight end. Quarterback's a graduate, obviously. You got senior running back, senior wide receivers, junior wide receiver, graduate wide receiver, and then senior tight end, and your blindside tackle as a senior. I don't know. I just
that's recipe for over for me.
Means a lot. Yeah, it's a lot of experience, man, and like that's just really good. both both left and right tackle return. Man, that's just fantastic.
This is actually turning one of my favorite bets on
yeah,
the podcast.
Dude, I don't know, man. I really like it. Rice, they got a soft spot in my heart, dude. My dad played his Pee-wee. Was it Pee-wee? He was like in the 5th or 6th grade. They played the mom and dad YMCA something, and their championship game. This was 1970 something, and they played their championship game in Rice Stadium. And the funny thing is, they tied 21 apiece, and their overtime didn't exist.
Yeah, that's right.
So they tied a fucking championship game. My dad says it still hurts his fucking heart to this day. How you gonna tie a championship? Someone's gotta win.
They need to get
Someone
guys
back
out there. They need to call up every leader member of those teams and give them the. They need to finish that game. You can't leave. Yeah, you gotta scrap that shit up. We gotta get that back. Yeah, scrap that shit up. What you mean?
Meet at Rice Stadium.
Gotta get back out here and play. Get here and play. You better meet me at Rice Stadium, boy. God. Next Saturday.
Yo, one of the crazy things at Rice Stadium, their tunnel is like almost at like a degree angle. It's like goes up like this, like so they'll come off the field, either off the field up going at an angle like this, or they're coming down a tunnel going onto the field. They got a pretty cool little stadium.
Oh yeah, I used to play with them. On NCAA 12. So on NCAA 12, I used to play with him, and the white boy running back they got is like the highest rated player on the team. He's already like an 85. He's like a beast.
Really?
Yeah, he's a beast.
Dude, I played with Rice, and you're not even gonna believe this. Dude, I played with Rice on NCAA football. Like, dude, this is PlayStation 1 days, like 98 or some bullshit on PlayStation 1. Dude, Rice's logo at one point. So I went to Riverside Middle, and we got that little R logo that it comes up and then it kicks out. But then like the kick out comes back down, and they basically had the same exact R logo. You know how like some baseball teams are like high school baseball teams, like I think Dorman is the Detroit Tigers logo on their hat. Like they'll take a logo from some. I don't know if we stole from them or they stole from us, dude, but they were.
You definitely stole from them. Logo. You definitely stole from. You definitely stole from them. They don't even know who you guys are. You definitely stole from Rice. You definitely stole from Rice. You definitely stole from Rice. That's crazy. That's crazy talk. You stole from Rice. You stole from a mid-level FBS school, a low-level FBS school.
Royals, baby.
Riverside Owls.
Royals, man.
Riverside Owls. You guys are Rice.
Oh, man.
The Riverside Rice
Owls. Give me the over, man.
Give me the
over.
A team I'm definitely taking the under on. Let's end this on the. Let's get there. I don't even care to talk. Club Lit is no longer there. Club Lit. Chris Reynolds, their quarterback's gone. They fired their coach. 3-9 last year, 2-6 in the conference. They returned 47% of their line starts. They have a new quarterback, Jalen Jarvis. He transfers in from Bethune-Cookman. They are switching from a air raid scheme to a power run scheme, like the complete opposite of what Wisconsin's doing, going from power run to air raid. They lost their top 3 receivers. Their defense allowed 39 points per game. They allow over 450 yards per game. And they have over 40 transfers coming into a program that is plus 20,000 to win the conference. They're minus 12 in net TARP. That's minus 7 on offense and minus 5 on defense. Without Chris Reynolds at quarterback, this team wasn't anything last year. So Biff Bogey, the new first-year head coach, has never been a head coach. He has been on the Michigan program. He was kind of like helping with the recruitment and player personnel and player development there. He is rich. He's loaded. But that, he doesn't even going to take his full salary to help the team. But he might need to pay some players from bigger schools to come down here and help, because they are not going to hit this 3.5 win total. It's plus 124 to the over. It's minus 152 to the under. And you can take this under to the bank. This team will not.
I got the under as well.
Hit 3.5. I don't give a damn if they got 40 players transferring in. They could be 40 players that ain't worth a damn. This team was already bad on defense last year. They was giving 40 points a game. That's not something you can fix in one offseason. Biff, good thing you got a name like Biff to keep people distracted from the fact that you're going to have to do some real work on the field, buddy. And that's my analysis of the Charlotte 49ers.
Hey, yeah, I feel that. They're coming into a new league as well. That's not going to help, especially when you only won 3 games last year. And your basic best defensive ranking was 120th. And that was in rushing and passing defense, both apiece. You were 120th. I have no faith in this team whatsoever. And who's their big game at Florida, at Maryland?
I didn't write any of that down because I didn't give a damn.
Yeah, at Florida. I mean, they're just going to get destroyed, I think. And this is going to be an interesting leap to a different conference. You know,
this is a culture building year. This is a culture building year. Like coaches say, this is a year, when they say that, culture building year, I mean, we ain't going to win many games. We're probably going to get our ass whooped. I just want to see us fighting hard in the fourth quarter. And hopefully that's what Biff gets.
Too.
That's what he gets.
So, I don't know. That's all I got on them 49ers. Other than, I wish them the best.
I wish them the best. I really do. Really do. If you need somebody come get some D-line snaps, long as you paying that Neil deal, I'll come out there and give y'all 20 snaps on the edge. Can't be no worse than what you got. You're already giving up 40 points a game. Can't be no worse than what you got. And some final thoughts on this conference, man. The top is the top, and the middle is the middle. UTSA, FAU, Memphis, and Tulane are your cream of the crop. Maybe North Texas can slide up there. I'm an FAU believer, so my final thought is I'm still around with FAU at plus 600. I think it's great value. I'm willing to pay it. I'm willing to pay it. I also like UTSA. That would be my second pick, but I'm going to ride with the FAU Owls and Tom Herman and Casey Thompson to be a dynamic duo and get them that conference title in there this year.
Yeah, I definitely got UTSA winning week 1. Let's go. But that, winning week 1. And
we're fading you, Houston. We're coming for you again.
Again. And whoever else wants it, like, honestly. Whoever else. But yeah, I don't know, man. I really like the Roadrunners, man. But the moment that Frank just moves on to whatever, hopefully he takes a shot at the league, man. Hopefully.
8 years.
Hopefully. I just saw Malik Cunningham score a touchdown for the Patriots. I didn't even know he was on the fucking Patriots.
That's all right.
Shouts out to him.
Shouts out to Malik Cunningham.
He had like a 15-yard touchdown run earlier. Dude, I'm not going to lie. It's the funniest thing. They showed C.J. Stroud's interception like probably 8 times during the course of this podcast.
That's the worst thing about preseason. They're just going to magnify shit like that. I mean, he looked like, he needed to relax out there.
He didn't look good at all, dude. And then he fumbled the ball. But it wasn't a fumble. It was like one of those the ground can't cause a fumble moments. That's what it looked like. But he just looked very, very deer in the head. Yeah, I mean, of course, but very deer in the headlights, dude, for me.
Ain't got Marvin Harrison Jr. out now. I'm just playing. Makes it a lot easier.
I mean, nah, he's got a bunch of randoms to throw to, and that's fine.
He'll be all right. I don't
even think about Houston, Texas.
I don't even think about the Houston Texans because I got to start division previews, and I'm not looking for it. The best thing about doing division previews for NFL is not like college. I don't have to do nowhere near as much research because going to NFL, I just know that shit. College is just too many teams. But, man, I enjoyed the pod. This has been great. Sorry for the long – I'm not sorry for the long pod, guys, Sometimes you're going to get that.
If you stuck around, we really appreciate it. We really appreciate if you stuck around.
Like, review, subscribe. Man, share it.
Please like and subscribe.
And
come on, build us up.
We need that.
Rate and
we
review.
Appreciate it.
Even rate and review on Apple.
Even if you say these guys are assholes, we like it.
Yeah, it doesn't matter, dude. Just give us 5 stars.
We'll take it. We'll just take your 5 stars with it.
Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. I think we got 2 subscribers.
Hey, 2 more than we had yesterday.
That's exactly right.
You know what I'm saying?
Fucking right, dude. So we're building. We're building every day. We're building these relationships, and I'm excited.
It's gonna be great.
Excited, man. Football season is right around the corner. I'm watching preseason football at 12 o'clock at night. This is a live preseason football at 12 o'clock at night.
We'll be doing the same tomorrow.
Early. Yeah,
I do.
Dude, the Bengals play. Dude, what's up with Joe Burrow? Is he good?
Here, calf strain. He'll be back.
Okay.
I gotta
nothing crazy.
I'm supposed to get up at the gym and get over to the gym before work tomorrow. So I'll probably just get up and go for a run at 6 o'clock. So I'm gonna sign out of here so I can get some rest. My son's first day. My son's first day at K4 tomorrow. So big day for us. Exciting,
nice.
Exciting.
Where's he going? Well, no. We don't.
We don't need people stalking.
That's cool.
Son. We don't need these guys stalking.
Yeah. We get a super fan.
Have James Franklin down there. Like your dad called me a what on my lap. This last fight, motherfucker. He recorded his son's.
I died
can't
laughing.
Afford the studio.
I died laughing. No, hell no. That's so funny.
Hey man, I'm signing out of this thing for the P for Puffy.
Good, bro. Yo, Chip, we out here.
We'll see you guys next episode. Mountain West Conference dropping. I mean, this one's dropping tomorrow. I'll probably just drop the other one Sunday, honestly. So we'll record it and we'll get you.
Dude,
hopefully
is it that
some valuable
easy to
bets.
just drop this shit onto YouTube?
Yeah, it was kind of pretty much easy once I downloaded it.
No, yeah,
so
for sure.
Hopefully it's just as easy this time. But yeah, man, this has been the Saturday Showdown. Peace.
Saturday Showdown, episode 2, season 2.
Peace. Just like, no, I can't say that because that's what me and I'll riff a game. We out. We out. We out. We out.